Hey guys, welcome back to my garage. Today we're going to be working on my 2008 Chrysler Town and Country. Depending on which version of the video you are seeing, you're going to see one of three different projects or pieces of maintenance on the Town and Country. Either you're going to see the video where we're changing out the spark plugs and the wires because this car does have 150,000 miles on it. And after looking over the ignition system, they are pretty worn out. Or you're going to see us do the oil and filter change. And of course, that's a real basic piece of maintenance, but we might as well showcase it anyway. You know, maintenance. Or you're going to see us doing the Seafoam top engine cleaner and lube. This gets sprayed into the air intake manifold. It goes through the runners, the intake manifold, upper and lower, down into the cylinders, into the combustion chamber, and cleans everything out. I do have my boroscope. Let's take a look at that. I do have my boroscope here. This is an Innova boroscope. Wasn't too bad of a price. I got it at my part-time job at Advance Auto. So I'm going to use this while I'm changing the spark plugs. I'm going to put it down into the compression chambers, into the cylinders, see what we're looking at as far as carbon buildup and stuff like that. Run the Seafoam top engine cleaner and lube and see what the difference is, because it is supposed to clean up all those carbon deposits that are inside the cylinder, on the piston, on the cylinder walls and stuff like that. So let's get started and come along with me. So we're going to start off with the oil change. Oil change is really simple. I mean, you can save yourself a bunch of money. I know right now oil changes, at least at dealerships, are going for like $100, $200. It's not that difficult, honestly, to tell you the truth. It's not even that hard on the Hellcat. Very easy process. So what you're going to need for this particular vehicle, and usually you're going to need a socket or a wrench that is the correct size for the drain plug on your oil pan. This drain pan uses a 16 millimeter socket. I like to use the 6-point sockets, not the 12-point ones. 6 points fit a lot snugger and less camming out and less chancing of stripping the bolt. You're also going to need a oil filter wrench, or my new favorite one, which is by, I believe this is by Lyle or Lizelle, whatever you want to call it, this twin jaw type of filter. They all pretty much go on the ratchet. For instance, this one, you put the ratchet on it, put it up underneath the filter. It is spring loaded. So you put it around the filter, it will adjust to the width of the filter, and then you just lefty loosey right off. So yeah, I do have a couple of different oil filter wrenches, and then you're going to need your oil, your funnel, and your new oil filter. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So right now, we're just going to head underneath the vehicle right now to get to drain the old oil and get the old oil filter off. You'll also need a pan. This is my drain pan with this mesh on top of it. So when the oil hits this, it doesn't splash everywhere. It just absorbs directly down into the drain pan. So let's get under the Town and Country. We'll get everything loosened up, all the oil drained out, and then we'll continue from there. So here we are underneath the car. This is the oil pan here. The oil filter is just on the other side of it. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. This one right here, this yellow or orange one here. So we're going to start off by loosening the oil filter plug. Like I said, we're going to use our 16 millimeter socket to do that. Just need to knock it loose, honestly. Not too much. The best part about doing oil changes yourself and doing maintenance on your own car is you have the ability to do it the correct way every time. I do see a lot of people that go to those quick oil lube places. Those places are not very careful with your stuff. I've seen them put just insane amounts of torque back on the filters and on these drain plugs. And honestly, you don't need a bunch of, you only need a couple of pounds uh, when you get everything straightened up. So we have the filter or the catch, the drain pan here. We're gonna back off the oil drain plug. You'll see it dripping a little bit, and make sure I got it all lined up to when it starts pouring out, it'll all be caught by the pan. There it comes, and there we go. So as you can see here, it's hitting the pan, not splashing everywhere. Oh, let me move the light, diffuse the light a little bit. Okay. As you can see, it's hitting the pan, not splashing, just absorbing straight down into it, so it doesn't splash everywhere. Typically, what you want to do when you're draining your oil, you want to just let it all drain out, and you don't want to cap it back until you have about one drop every second, I believe is what it's recommended. I just let it drain until it's about dropping, like dropping, not a tiny stream at all, just drip, drip, drip. That's when I'll set it to drop. That's when I'll go ahead and plug it back up. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to cut to this finishing up, and then we'll take off the filter. Just a quick check-in. You see the stream is very thin now, but it's still slowly draining. You want to wait until it gets thinner than that. And well, it's just dripping drops individually, maybe a half a second to a second between drops. That's when you know the engine is draining, or pretty much drained of all of its oil. All right, so now that we're waiting for the oil to finish draining from the oil pan, we're gonna go ahead and prepare our drain plug. What you're gonna see on here is, you want to inspect the head to make sure it's not warped or stripped. You want to inspect the threads as well. A lot of these drain plugs, they'll come with a washer, either a copper crush washer like this one here. I do have a selection of other washers as well, because I do a lot of I do a lot of. Don't laugh at me. My roommate's here and he's laughing at me. You'll either do you'll either use a nylon crush washer like this with a little tab, or you'll use a copper one. Sometimes automakers, you'll have to change out the plug with every oil change. I don't know why. I think it's more or less because the plugs have like a built-in seal or washer built into it. These don't. Thankfully, mine don't. But what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take some brake clean. Now, I did put some gloves on for this. We're going to take some brake clean and some our drain plug. We're gonna spray it down, get all the old oil and grime off of it. Put a new washer on, and then by that time the oil should finish draining from the oil pan.
Now, unfortunately, at this point in the video, my mic had died out and I wasn't aware of it, so I continued to narrate as I was working. But I'm going to go ahead and do this voiceover. At this point, I'm just taking off the old copper crush washer and replacing it with a new one, as well as just cleaning the drain plug with some brake clean to degrease it, get all the old oil off, and then I'm placing a new crush washer. Here we're underneath the car. I'm going to begin to remove the oil filter with that oil filter wrench that I was referencing earlier or referring to earlier. The oil filter was on there kind of tight, so it took a little bit of force to get it off. What you want to do is at this point just let the oil just drain out from underneath or from within the oil filter. And as you can tell right there, the black gasket did come off of the oil filter. It was on there pretty tight. This is the new oil filter. It's going to be on the right side, the old one being on the left side. What you want to do is you want to lube up the gasket on the oil filter itself, so that you get a good mate between the filter and the oil filter housing. And that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to be angling back up so you can see what I'm doing. Currently, I'm just cleaning off the mating surface with a paper towel so that there's a nice clean mating surface between the two. Then you're going to go ahead and spin the filter on. You're going to tighten it by hand. You're not going to use any sort of tools or anything like that to get it nice and tight. You just want to tighten it by hand. Now we're going to go ahead and start filling the engine with oil. The vehicle's already been lowered. Everything has been double checked. It's nice and tight. So just showing here the spill proof oil funnel that I have. You use the adapter for your specific vehicle, put it down on there, and it holds it in place. Then you'll go ahead and fill the engine with your oil. Luckily for me, this engine takes 5 quarts of oil, which is what this jug holds at capacity. So yeah, thanks for coming along with this video.